Yo.
Don't talk back to your mama podcast.
Okay, ready?
Let's go.
Yo,
You ready?
baby, let's get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Don't Talk Back to Your Mama podcast, where we share our views on being an entrepreneur family and so much more. I am LaTanya.
I am Amari.
I'm Tiara.
So y'all,
Hey girl.
what's going on today?
Not a damn thing. At this point, we're about 2 or 3 glasses of wine in. We have had an espresso martini,
Yes.
a couple of lemon drops. So yeah, I'm feeling good right now. Very
And Rusty.
I'm rusty because I was definitely feeling rusty when we first started.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like, I'm just excited to like push everything.
Yeah.
When you take a break
Yeah.
and you come back after something like weird happens, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Let's go full force.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to get this money. Let's,
Yeah.
be outside. So yeah.
Because when you go through something, it's like, well, dang, they talked about me like that when I was going through that. So at this point, they're going to talk regardless. Live your life. That's how I'm feeling. Live your life.
Period.
Out loud, if you want to, and privately. Whatever that looks like for you, right? Don't you agree?
I agree.
Because you're very private.
I am very proud.
And you get offended when somebody disrupts your privacy, don't you?
Yes.
I know.
Just like how you get offended when people don't respect your boundaries.
Yeah, I'm real big on that. Like, Tiara called me the day before 9. As soon as she said, I said, Tiara, it's not 9 o'clock yet.
I had to call before 9 because I'm her party planner for this freaking party that's been stressing me out because 1, I'm a perfectionist. 2, it's very last minute. 3, I just have anxiety. Like, no.
Tiara, I was going to cancel the party, but you said, Mom, no, you can't cancel your party.
But this party, I'm ready. It's time to turn up.
It is.
Good vibes. I'm stressed, but good vibes.
So we started planning this party like way before the whole March 7th incident. Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to put a date out there.
March 7th
Ooh.
incident. I am never
Put
going
a-
to
Did
forget
you
it.
put a date out
I
there?
am never going to forget it. Never, ever.
I can't wait till we can actually talk about it though.
Yeah, we can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till
Yeah.
Free the Biggest
Yeah, for sure.
gang gang.
Yeah. You don't realize how vulnerable you are as a mom until you're in a real situation.
Oh Lordy Jesus.
And how you can't control things. Because as a mom, I always think I can control
Control
I think all the
everything.
moms think that we can control everything until we realize we can't.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But, life goes on. And one of the things is I just want to make sure that we don't get stuck because of whatever's going on at that moment. You take the time, you get through it, and life keeps going. Life keeps going. It's almost like being in none of us have ever been boxers, but one thing about boxers, you're in the ring and you have all these rounds. And either you keep getting up or you just lay there and quit. And we just not quitters. So
Oh, serious.
that's how I look at life. Like, we're gonna get up every round and we're gonna serve everyone. We're gonna keep going. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah, girl. Yeah, that's what it's like right now. I'm just enjoying everything right now.
Why are you staring
Did
at
I
me
tell
like
y'all?
that?
Oh, but did I tell y'all I'm gonna start my swimming lessons April 4th.
Mom, you don't know how to swim?
No, I thought
You really don't know how to swim?
Lord, did you know I didn't know how to swim? Yeah, I think everybody else here I don't know how to swim.
I never thought about it.
What's here? You didn't know how to swim till you got thrown in the pool.
Will you be doing one-on-one or
Till
group
your
session?
life was at stake. Yes. It's a group. It's a group session I'm doing. I think it's for.
And can I please be about it?
No, because you were coming back at me. Can you see a grown adult trying to learn how to swim? I can't even imagine what this is going to look like. It's the
I'm
aquatic
sure it's going to be
center.
a whole bunch of other grown people that don't understand.
I hope so, because I wouldn't be able. If I'm in there with kids, it would be bad.
kids.
No, it's an adult. I think I knew they were.
But even black kids taught themselves how to swim.
Well, till you got thrown in the water, you had no choice. You were die.
Girl. So, okay, let me run down the story so that people understand.
You can die.
I almost drowned when I was like, what is it, 6 or something? I don't know. I jumped in the pool at my granny's house, and my father, that nigga, had to jump in and save me.
Did he save you?
He did save me. And then my grandfather taught all of us how to swim.
How to swim, yeah.
So FYI, I have three siblings. We're all 30. We all turned 30. We all were born the same year. So he taught all 4 of us how to swim. Shout out to Grandpa Paul or whatever. So yeah. I just can't believe there are people in their grown age that don't know how to swim. It's just very strange.
I don't know how to swim, but that's one of the things on my bucket list. And I wanted to do it before my birthday, but some things got in the way. So I just got my sister to schedule it. I think I started in the 4th or something. So I'm excited to accomplish something that's on my list that I don't know how to do, because that's important. I don't want to leave this earth and not complete everything on my checklist. And that's one of them. I want to just jump in the water and be able to swim. Do you think it's that quick? All right, I'm alright.
No, my love. Because I've been in Miami and you take the yacht out into the water and then some people you gotta be prepared for that type of the current. You gotta be ready to jump in deep water like that. But you can still have a good time. They give you little floaties. They're gonna give you little floaties and stuff like that so that you can do it.
No, I'm gonna jump.
So yeah. Girl, if I gotta jump in and save you in some motherfucking water.
I'm going to jump. I am so excited.
If I gotta save them in the water.
I know I'm gonna do that for sure. But
You're not jumping in the water. I don't know why you been.
I am jumping in the water. What are you talking about?
No, I'm so scared.
I'm definitely not. 50 is, I'm courageous. I'm definitely not scared.
Period.
Yeah.
And I even have friends that are so terrified to do stuff I did, going to the middle of the ocean and be in a boat or be fishing in Miami in blue waters. It's just so crazy to think that some people have not done these things. It's so crazy.
I've done a lot of things, but I can't swim, so I have to go ahead and accomplish this and get this over with. Seriously.
Learn how to swim.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I know that's something that you was very adamant about.
Yeah, and I hear it's good exercise too. So maybe when I go to the gym, I'll just jump in the pool every day and do some laps. It looks sexy to be able to swim. Sexy.
Not you said it looks sexy. Girl, let's jump into this topic. That stress me out because I'm so confused.
I'm just saying, I'm just so ready for it. Everybody knows how to swim. I think for the most part, except for me. For sure. So I need to join the crew.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I want to be able to save one. Okay, let me be very clear. Another reason is I want to be able to save myself. I don't want to ever have to be dependent upon somebody else to save me. And I think that's important. That's in anything in life. I'm going to save myself for sure. I don't ever want to have to be 100% dependent.
Wait, so you're not going to try to save us first?
Wait, how does that work?
Well, she can't save us if she don't save herself.
That's true. You're right, my bad.
Because think about when you're on an airplane, they said put yours on first and then help others. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard that? Do y'all pay attention to the instructions?
Hell no. My AirPods be in by the time they come on. My AirPods are already in by the time that part is coming on.
And are y'all the ones that sit in the exit row door? You're not going to save
no, I can't save no motherfucker. I'm the only person I'm saving is Mara. I'm putting Mara on my back like this. That's how I know your biggest weakness is the person you love the most. What? I'm going to die trying to save Mara,
Girl, so y'all sit in the extra row with the extra seats, with the extra leg room, but y'all not willing to save everybody on the plane like they ask y'all to. Wow. I wonder how many people do that.
Everybody. Because when that situation actually happens, the first thing on your mind isn't, oh my gosh, we gotta really evacuate everybody off this plane. I'm by this door. I'm hopping off the plane first.
Girl, get out of here.
I'm gone.
First of all, I gotta get off the plane.
I mean, if you gotta evacuate the plane.
I don't know about that. I'm going to do with the pallet. Whatever the pallet do is what I'm going to do. That's always been
my... You think there's a pallet on the plane? Wait, do you think there's a raft on the plane? Do you think there's a Titanic?
I always say if something happens on the plane.
You don't think there are rafts on the plane?
There's no rafts on the plane.
I think so.
I've never seen that. Hell no, I ain't never seen that in a little video. When
no, they're definitely in the little thing
this. My game plan is this. Everybody probably got their own game plan. But if they start saying the plane is, or it's smoky, I'm running up there with a pallet. Wherever the pallet goes, Tari's going. I'm on his neck, on his back. How you getting out is how you getting out. Because I know he gonna save it. He gonna save it, so.
I'm trying to think, what's the name of that movie that I watched, Mari?
What?
Like, spoiler alert if y'all have not seen it yet, but it's like this movie. It might be on Netflix. But basically it's a pilot. He crashes on an island, and the island has all these people, basically all the degenerates. It's a real fucking thing. Where it's like all of the castaways, people who basically have broken all the laws, and it's a lawless island.
I don't know what that is.
So so the man crashes the plane there. I'm gonna drop the name of this movie in the description. But yes, good ass movie. Plane. Is it called Plane? It's the white man and the fine white man. Oh my god. I miss my man because I could call him right now and he would tell me. But I think it's called Plane on Netflix, and the man crashes the plane.
I've never heard her say my man.
Oh, I say my man all the time. My man. Watch this movie. It's called The Plane.
Pull the cameras. Oh my god. Okay.
So we watched. No, the movie was so good, y'all. So the man crashes the plane onto this island where it's all of these. Basically, there's no laws or rules or anything. Criminals or whatever.
Right.
And it's a real thing. I googled it. There's really an island where there are only people who do not follow the law. It's like lawless people, like they're crazy, right?
I'm gonna be on this island.
I'm telling you, right? But the people on the island is like people like us, like people that don't have no
It's
sense.
like me. I don't want to be on the island. I'm
Don't
definitely
it's
not
like
interested.
Isn't it like free for all?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not interested. I like this. No.
No, seriously, they
Would you want to
accident.
live in like the Purge?
No.
No.
That's scary as crap.
No.
And there's no laws.
No.
On one day though.
I don't have, no, not one day.
For a couple hours.
Absolutely not.
So for a couple hours, Mari, you would do it.
I think I would do it for a whole day.
You feel like you could purge for a whole day?
Yes.
Girl, no. Not interested in that one either. Nope. I do a lot of things.
Because there's only one law I want to break. That's it.
But what about the laws that people want to break against you?
Right.
Oh my god. People probably have like grenades and like.
Oh damn. No, thank you.
Because in any world, I got money, so they gonna try to break into the rich people's house. I ain't trying to be one of the people that you break in house. Like, no. What are you talking about?
I'm just not interested.
Yeah, it's like you want to purge somebody, but you don't want nobody to purge you.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that, y'all. I'm so sorry.
I want the people to try me.
And what you gonna do? Shit,
Like she is tough.
I want the people to try me. But anyways.
all she gonna do is be calling me like, tyranny outside.
Anyways. I'm ready for smoke. I don't know what y'all talking about.
All right, let's jump into the topic because y'all didn't stress me out like this.
This is interesting.
So
What are we talking about today?
girl, it's like, okay, what is it like dating at 20, 30, and 50?
Well, I clearly can speak on all three, but let's just see what the conversation.
Are we starting at youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest?
I think we should start at youngest.
Youngest?
Yeah.
You set yourself up.
Yeah, girl.
What is it like dating at 20?
Yeah, looks like they're a 20 digger.
So, I don't really know a lot about dating at 20 just because I was in a relationship for pushing almost 5 years. However,
True.
I have been dating a little bit, and
What's it like?
I don't want to be in a relationship.
Really? Mara, you've always been a relationship person.
Right.
That's
I take it back.
I think, you know what?
You know what?
One comment. Can I make one
Yeah, go
comment?
ahead. Sure.
I think your era right now, if I could write out a story, it would be, your chapter right now is trial and error.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be the title of your chapter of where you are right
I
now.
agree with that part.
And that's from me being at 30 right? And knowing what's to come. I think right now your chapter is trial and error. It's like you don't know because you did that for so long. Right?
Yeah, so I always like had the thought in my head where it was like I always felt like I needed somebody. Mm-hmm. And so then it was like, all right, having to be without somebody, I realized that I don't have to be with anybody.
Right.
So I like dating. I ain't been doing a lot of dating for real.
Right.
But just like a little bit. And
What's a little bit?
2, 3.
Oh,
why you trying to put numbers
Yeah,
on
but
there?
everybody
Go
gotta specifics.
It could be 2.
Okay, so because she's in
It could be 1.
It could be 1.
she's in current states, I get it.
You know?
Current states you probably can't talk about. I got it. Cool. I get it. I got it.
Right. So what's it like dating at 32?
Girl, now she jumped right into 30. You have
Well,
not
let's
even
just say, but can I just share my experience of dating at 20? It was the best. For me, it was the best. It was the best. Like, it was the best. You know, first of all, I was a young mom, but my immaturity wasn't, I was immature. You know what I'm saying? So, I was raising Tiara, but I was definitely dating.
Yeah.
I was dating. And I know y'all don't like when I say this, but I really was a serial dater. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed not being necessarily tied to one person. I like the fact that, you know, I could do what I wanted to do. If I wanted to fly out to LA for the weekend, I could fly out to LA. If I could go to Boston and get flew out to go to, you know, hang out in Boston games and, you know, do addition. Like, I did so much. I really enjoyed it. And that's why I think it's so important for that 20s to 30 age to do it all, try it all, till you figure out what it is that you really like and what you enjoy. I just think that's so important. I don't knock anybody because I have a girlfriend who has been with the same guy since high school. So her dating was a little limited, you know, of course, because she had somebody. I'm not knocking that because if you find your childhood sweetheart or whatever, but there is nothing better than being able to have choices and options and to do it on your own terms and be free. You know, men do it all the time.
Period.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on the 20s. I think the 20s is, girl, date them all.
I don't know if it's dating one.
Date them all. You don't know the kind of guy you like. That's another topic I know. But you don't know what type of guy you like until you date some variety.
So date everything. Do everything.
I'm just saying.
That's what it sounds like.
Variety.
Find out what you
That's
like.
my perspective.
That's my
Date
perspective.
men, date women, date old people,
Date women and
No.
old people.
date people your age, date people that's older than you, date people
No,
that's younger than you.
definitely not saying that. You already know how. No, I'm not saying that. You're messing with me now. Now she just messing with me. You know that's not what I'm
We're
saying.
taking your words and we're trying to interpret them to our
You can't do that
understanding.
because I'm very clear in regard to if you're female, you know, date men. See what you
Okay,
like.
we're not gonna talk now. But I think, I like dating. I do think I enjoy it.
Right.
And I like to be able to do what I want to do. I don't have to worry about, even though you still have to worry about express opinions, but I don't have to be having people like someone down my back constantly about what I do right or what I don't do right and things like that. However, one thing about dating is I think I'm a very,
What?
what's the word? Like,
I know you have to find the right word.
like I want, what's the word? Like I want you all to myself. Like,
Oh.
Selfish dater.
yeah, like I don't want you to date anybody else.
More, that's not how it works, sis.
That's why I don't like dating. That's what I'm saying. That's why sometimes I don't like dating. Because I need you to be fully committed to dating me.
Okay, so you are telling me you want to date other people, but you don't want those people to
You know, actually, let's just skip this.
Go ahead, Tara. Because Laura, she's
No, this is your perspective at
she's
20
going
of
to
dating.
confuse me.
We're gonna just.
But that's some selfish behavior.
No, and you know that's why I don't want to jump into mine because I feel like you can finish.
That is selfish. That's selfish behavior to say that you can.
Okay, let me put it into words because I feel like I'm always going to have to put everything into words. Okay, I just feel like.
And that's okay, actually,
go ahead, sis.
Because that's not what I was saying, and you interpreted my words wrong.
Period.
So when you're dating a person, you guys are just dating. You guys are in a relationship.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
I take dating seriously. So if I'm dating a person, I'm going to commit my time to this person and I'm going to commit to this dating because maybe the dating will go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So therefore, like I said, since we are in a committed relationship, this person can still do whatever it is they want to do just the same way I can do whatever it is I want to do as well.
I agree with that. I think everybody should be free to do what they want to do, but have respect in doing it. That's it. And I think that you have to define, again, my favorite word is boundaries in dating.
Right. Okay, now you can go ahead.
I think you have to define boundaries in dating, though, seriously. Because I can recall having a conversation and... I'm going to say that. Go ahead, Tara. Because people be confused about if they're dating and if they are, what's the word, monogamous, if they're just, like, it can get messy.
It can.
Because feelings start to change things, right?
No. Like, I think that Mari is very honest and very straightforward in how she wants to date, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, for her, it's like, okay, like, I want to be about this person should be about me, right? And that's what her 20s look like to her. Like, that's what feels good to her. Like, what felt good in my 20s was just, like, being able to say, like, okay, like, there's freedom and, like, dating around. And you don't have to necessarily be about me, but just still be about me. Like, so that's where I understand the phases. It's like, okay, like, in my 20s, like, dating was more so, like, take me out, let's have a good time. I've always been very intentional. Yeah. Very intentional, like, but I know this sounds materialistic, but like, spend money on me, take me to dinner, treat me good, you know what I'm saying? It's not always like, oh, just like, I'm not jumping, I wasn't jumping really straight into sex. Like, I feel like I was more so like on some shit, like, treat me like a woman. I wanted to grow up so bad. So like, I was trying to, I mean, which is good. There was nothing wrong with that. Like, everybody's like whole mindset is different because of what they're going through at that time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my turn up phase. Like, I was in college. I was hanging out with older guys. I was doing this and doing that. So the standards were set so high that, like, when I was dating, I was expecting people my age to be a certain way and they were not. So then I ended up dating older, but then realizing that older niggas are still dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, they were doing all the right things, but their intentions were still bad. So now it's like almost getting to 30. It's like dating now, I have to really check a nigga's intentions. Like, I didn't want kids in my 20s. I tell people that shit all the time. Like, I could have had multiple children, like, you know what I'm saying, with people who wanted to have children with me or whatever. But like, the way I dated then and the way I date now is so different.
Did you not want children because I was a young mom? No, I'm just asking.
No, I definitely don't think
they didn't play no part at all.
No. Hell no. I just was selfish and I was about me and I just knew I wanted to have fun. 1, 2, I cursed myself. My friends from college that I'm not even friends with anymore. Yeah. Lord Jesus. They will tell you, my sophomore year of college, I said, I know I'm gonna be a stepmom. I said that shit a million times. And I'm like, damn, I'm pushing 30 and I really might be a stepmom. Like, that was always.
Words are powerful. So you have to be careful.
What did they say? Law of attraction. Somebody said something about law of attraction. The energy you put out into the universe is the energy you get back. Hell yeah.
Your words are power.
There are most people that can quote me and say, I said I was going to be a stepmom my sophomore year of college. Because I was just like, it's about me. That's not. And it's not that I was like afraid because you were a teen mom. It was, I always was afraid to fuck up somebody else's life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I barely can like keep a grip. How the hell I'm gonna have a whole little human? I can't fuck up their life. And so like, so now at 30, I'm just like more intentional. Like, do you want to have a child with me? Do you want to get married? How are you with your kids? can that rub off on me?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so dating 30 compared to 20 was just like now, it's like the person I'm gonna be with is gonna be very intentional about me, and I'm gonna see things in that person that I would want in my family.
Yeah.
Versus in 20s, it was like what's good for me. It was never about a family or anything like that. It was like, does that make sense? Like, I don't know. It's like,
no, I think it's the same. I was the same way.
Mom, but you had two families. Like, you really like.
Not in my 20s. So in my 20s, you know, for me, after I had you, I had already said, oh no, you won't get me this time. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna get caught up like that. Like a lot, I had friends that had one child, that had another child. And I already knew, no, that wasn't planned for me because I never wanted to be a young mom. That was never in the plan. My plan was to go to college. That was the plan. So after having you, it was very clear that ain't no babies happening over here. It could have been. I had people that wanted me, oh, have my baby. Oh no, that's not happening, sir.
It's so funny how like our perspectives of like time is different because it's like me watching you date in your 20s is different from how you saw yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because I would never.
Really? What did you think it was?
Girl,
Did you think that? I'm curious.
What do you know? That's the episode for another day.
That's for another
That's
day.
a lot of unpacking.
Yeah,
That's a lot of unpacking and
really-
understanding. And that's a whole episode. We have 5 minutes left.
Really?
That's
You think
time
that's a
to
whole
unpack.
episode?
Yes, 10 years of my life, you crazy lady.
Oh my God, I guess I just didn't see it that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just enjoyed it. You know, the thing that is different for me, and that's what I tell people now, because they're like, oh, I'm a single mom, and how can I build and, you know, do all these great things? How did you do it? I'll be very transparent with people. I had support. My daddy and my brother drop her off. You know what I'm saying? I had Cassandra, one of my best friends, and her mama drop her off. So I just had a lot of support. So I was able to still enjoy those 20s. I was still able to have a life at 20, and that's why I'm always saying this to Mark. Like, the 20s? I was still at Cancun. I was everywhere something was going on. As a mom. Not saying right or wrong,
So-
people gonna judge regardless.
Why would I be trying to tell you that I'm trying to go to Cancun? But you don't want to go to
Oh,
Cancun.
girl. 'Cause if you
I'm too young and I'm in my 20s, but you was going to Cancun in your 20s with seashells on your chest.
On your titties, girl. Say on your motherfucking titties, bitch.
Wow, really?
I said what I said.
But-
That's how we talk to each other.
I think
We
y'all
don't judge.
heard that. I don't think I ever said that, right? Did I ever say that? Did I?
Oh, I seen the picture.
Oh, you seen the picture.
What are you
Right.
talking about?
Well, what I'm saying is, I guess I just don't want you to have to go. I don't want you to experience everything I did. It wasn't safe. We was running around there like, you know, it wasn't safe.
Like a good time.
Yeah, the real good time.
I just want you to.
I think sometimes good times aren't safe.
Oof.
It was not safe. I say so many times that they like, oh my God, I have been so lucky. God has been on my side for some of the choices that I made in my 20s. My 30s? Oh no. My 30s, I was definitely at a point, well, because I had a corporate career, I felt like I had to uphold this image. So my 30s, there wasn't really that major dating going on.
Okay.
There was no major dating. In my 30s, I was pretty settled. I think I got married, right? Early 30s?
Yeah.
Had you? So my 30s, there was no dating going on. There was no dating going on. Absolutely not. And I don't regret that. But now in my 50s, I think the difference for my 50s is that you've had time to kind of see,
Reevaluate.
the value of everything and what's important to you. Some people in their 50s, they're happily married, they, enjoy their grandchildren, all those things. That's just not my story. That's not my story. I don't have grandkids. And, by the time this episode airs, I ain't not in a happy, healthy relationship. I'm single. So, everybody's 50s can look different. So my 50s is gonna look really different than what I had anticipated and what some of my friends are doing right now. But it goes back to that thing we talked about earlier, peace. So I don't know. 50s and dating, I don't know. That will be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued.
I love dating in my 30s. I think that the moral of the story, let our honestly be like, my honestly is like, 30s feel good. 30 feels like I'm sure of myself. I'm sure of what I want in a relationship, and I'm sure of what I want in a relationship with my kids. Like if I want to have 2 kids or be a stepmom, whatever the case is, like I'm very sure of what it is that I want to do going forward. So that's my honesty. Like I'm happy with everything, every decision I made. Dating in my 20s, dating in my 30s. Yeah. What's your honesty?
30's that healthy age.
Honestly, I want to go on a trip, but honestly, Maya doesn't want me to, so.
Girl, go on that motherfucking trip.
She's blocking my blessings.
She said she was going somewhere. I said, no, you're not.
Girl, go on that motherfucking trip. Wait, I was on a trip with.
Well, Tierra Smirkin did a lot of things that I didn't
I was on
remember.
a trip with the ballers at 20. Like, go on the
Tierra.
So,
Somebody's daughters are going to be listening to this.
if you trust that nigga, go with that nigga.
No, Tierra. Oh,
Sure, honestly, Mom.
my honestly is at 50. My honestly is no. Honestly, the answer is no. Period. Honestly, I am not explaining anything. Honestly, I am not giving you no additional information. That if the answer is no, the answer is no. Period.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business of explaining anything to anybody about my decisions and what I decide to do and how I want to do it. No.
I love that for you.
You love that for me?
I love that for you.
Oh my God! I'm loving that for myself too as well. And I just encourage, and I really, really mean this with all my heart, is to do what makes you happy.
Erica.
And if that means you have to hurt some people in the process, then that's just what it is. Because at some point in life, you've got to learn to make you a priority. You have to learn to put you first. And it's okay to start over. It's okay to find your peace if you lost it, because that happens sometimes in life. And you know, going into 50, yeah, that's a decision I made to myself. And it's hard. It's hard. Change is hard. But I feel like it's important. And, you know, the decisions I'm making going forward isn't just about me, it's about y'all. Because I feel like it's important for you guys to understand that you only got one life to live. You cannot live it in misery. You cannot live it in pleasing other people, being a people pleaser. You have to make it about you. Be selfish. Isn't that what you said about Mario earlier? Be freaking selfish. It's okay. But doesn't mean you don't have a good heart. Doesn't mean you're not a giving person. Doesn't mean that you don't care about people. It just means that you gotta love you first. If you don't love yourself, how you gonna love anybody else?
And just to end it out,
Yeah, for sure.
it's about you. It has nothing to do with us. We've already decided who we are in this world and what we want and what we don't want. Like I would say, like we are very strong-minded. Like Mari knows what she wants. There's no confusion about that.
None.
I know what I want. There's no confusion about that. So don't worry, girl.
You can't worry about what everybody else is saying. Whether you're in your 20s, whether you're in your 30s, whether you're in your 50s, make you a priority. Put you first. Focus on your happiness and your peace. And if you want to date, date.
If you don't, don't.
And if you don't, you
Because
don't.
these niggas really ain't shit.
Well, Tara, they may say the same thing about us women sometimes, but they say we not shit. So.
My man he is shit though.
She said one thing.
Anyway,
Thank
y'all for tuning in to Don't Talk Back to Your Mama. We want you to follow us on Instagram and TikTok and all of our social media platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Tune in to us on Apple Music and Spotify and Google and things like that.
Yes.
Go ahead, Tommy.
And we want to thank you so much for again tuning in to Don't Talk Back
To Your Mama
podcast. We out.